Damn!
Semifinals, $2,300 on the line, so you know things are gonna get competitive. And at this point in time, it's just straight up about winning. We knew we had an advantage with Tavian on the fast breaks. So anytime he got an opportunity to attack the hoop, take advantage. And the rest of us, our job was to get buckets when open. Ayo! That's open for me. And like they say, if some is good, more is better. Let it fly. The game was back and forth, people making plays, people scoring buckets, defense at times a little bit questionable, but that's what happens when you're in a tournament. But I'll put it this way, at the end of the half, it was basically tied up. And I said, look, I think we got an advantage on a pin down. By the way they're guarding it, they're not sending any weak side help. I know how to be patient on it. Let's get out in transition, and then at half court, let's just run this wide pin down screen on repeat until they send someone over. And I've never really played with Tavian before, but we knew exactly what we were doing here. I'm going to catch the rock, I'm going to make the big, make a decision, I'm going to make a read off of that. If they leave me early, I attack or I shoot. It's my job to get Tavian ahead of steam downhill with a cleared out weak side. If they both want to jump me to stop the catch, we're going to have an easy slip screen. This is just good basketball. And the only way you really stop this is if you send in that weak side help, and I knew that was the option, so I would just whip it to the corner if it was open. And like I said, we're going to run this thing on repeat because we're trying to win. So go and get you a bucket, Tavian. But like I said, the reality is these are a bunch of twos, and twos are great, but when the other team is hitting threes, it just makes it tough because we got to score just about every single time down the court. Missed a couple of shots I would have liked to have had back. Remember, this is a target score game, meaning once we hit under 5 minutes, there's a target score on the board, and both teams are playing to it. And because we're playing to win, we're going to run the same thing over and over again. So we're getting buckets, we're trading hoops. Game got super competitive towards the end. We go into target score time basically even. I think the other team had a 1-point advantage. We'll pick it up here where we need 6 points and the other team needs 4. So we run a little dribble handoff and the big doesn't help up. I get a clean look, but remember that play because the big does not step up. They get a bucket, so they only need 2, we need 6. A little clear out right here. I know I need to get a 3 off. I just got swiped earlier in this game on the same shot. I had to pull it out wide, and if I jumped up, I can get it up and over. And run it back on defense, I turn around and yelled, I got one more of these things for you. Don't let us get the ball back. They miss 1 free throw, so they need 1. We need 3 to win. And remember, we had just run a dribble handoff and gotten a wide open look. And I turned to the crowd on this one. I think it's my wife I'm talking to, and I said, I'm shooting this thing. We're about to end it right here. Great little pin down by Vontae to clear some space. No help up from the big. Now, all I got to do is just make that thing. So we'll just let it play.
What'd you say? What'd you say?
That's why it's my tournament!
And it was all in good fun. I know these guys and tons of respect. I actually used to play on their team for a previous league.